what are we doing in this whole thing called life?
For me personally, I think of it that we won't always have find the answers for everything we want to know, and we should be comfortable knowing that with our limited brains, we couldn't know these things with certainty in any case. And just like billions before me, I may die not knowing,
Yes,
or worse, thinking I know it.
right? Wow, which is
And I would
worse?
rather die thinking I may not know and be comfortable with that.
Yes, don't stress yourself out. Don't worry about what's after this place. Just enjoy your time. Be as peaceful as you can. Eat as good as you can. Help others. And if we all thought this way, we would all connect like ants and work together and build a society of beauty.
Someone said a well considered life isn't worth living, and I don't believe in that. But that's probably what I really want of most people to consider stuff and then figure out how they want to live it. I may still want to restrict them to some extent, to the extent I can get society to agree with me.
Yeah.
But I seem to be satisfied with that at some level because I don't necessarily see things as good and evil. I just see it as I find this good, I find it bad. And I would strongly encourage you also to try to free yourself or even understand what you mean when you say something is evil
Yeah. I
and
like how you say that.
compare it to, yeah.
Free yourself. Like our brain, we're in a cage. We're in this body, we're trapped. Our minds are trapped. But if you have a good car, like you look fairly healthy, you must be walking, talking, feeling very good every day. Same with me. I take care of my mental health. I take care of my body, exercise. I stay busy. I keep writing. I keep learning. And I'm
Mhm,
very happy. I do have my moments. I'm
mhm.
sure you do too. You seem like a very relaxed individual, but even being relaxed, life can be intense. How do you handle the intense pressure of negative energy, bad traffic, bad drivers, foul people, billboards with meat everywhere? How do you digress? How do you just let out the stress without beating somebody up?
I guess I rarely feel triggered enough to feel that angry, but there are definitely things that I find annoying. Usually, the more you expect something, the more the lack of that thing annoys you. And for the most part, I've been lucky that nothing too extreme seems to be happening to me that I wasn't expecting.
Good for you.
And, but by and large, I seem to allow for a certain amount of behavior in others that I wasn't expecting and not react too much to it. To just know that humans are unpredictable at some level.
Wow. Including
But
yourself.
yeah,
Um,
and for the most part, if you interact well with them, most people tend to interact well with you.
that's my next question was I was going to ask you is do you believe in karma? Do you believe in like the laws of attraction? All these things I see on Netflix, YouTube, and I read. Um, do you believe in karma?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I think it comes out of a human desire for what they see as universal justice, and I don't see a need for universal justice. I'm quite comfortable with the fact that if I'm doing something that I consider harmful, something that I consider harmful is happening to something.
Like what?
And it's like if I think it's harmful to hurt you, then you're being hurt. And that's what it is. And to the extent you expand your values and you recognize that at some level, the way you think, the principles you've adopted, it makes you value the feelings of others too. You recognize that doing harm is a bad thing in and of itself. It doesn't have to come back to you based on your value systems. You're harming others.
Hmm.
Now,
I'm confused. You blew my mind right now, man. You got so
yeah.
much knowledge in there, dude. Let's take a phone call here. We have Mike Tyson on the phone.
I'm Mike Tyson.
Hey, Mike, what's going on, man? How are you?
All right, we're back again.
Yes, yes. Thank you for being, thank you for being back on the show. How's everything going, man? What do you got on your mind?
What makes you happy?
Oh, what makes me happy? That's a good question. What makes you happy?
It differs. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just videos and movies. No, sorry, that's fun. Happiness, I guess activism brings me happiness. And in terms of having fun, I would say it's video games and movies and some other stuff, which I won't mention now.
Yeah,
But
we
then I think of something as joy,
uh-huh.
which is a step above fun. And above joy is happiness, is how I look at it. I differentiate those three levels of fun
Fun,
stuff.
joy, happiness.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Joy, is it temporary or can you live it every second, every day?
Fun is more like something you get out of the activity, and joy is something that maybe you enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be joyful. It's joyful to walk a dog. And happiness is what you feel good about maybe months or years after you did it.
Okay, okay. A memory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that makes you feel your life was good.
Yeah, what do you think, Mike?
I don't know. The word I'm trying to do is I re-examine myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do I don't know.
Well, think about it, man. Like for me, it's a passionate feeling when I am happy, when I'm joyful, and I'm in my la la land, so to speak. I like to meditate. I like to stretch. That makes me happy because it unwinds me. But I don't feel the joy or happiness instantly. It's a period of time where I'm walking around and I'm like, wow, my legs, my shoulders, everything is so loose. I feel amazing. That's the passion that I have.
This is the kind of show. This is very emotional. This show. It's ignited with a bunch of passion, a bunch of love and stuff. But it's
Thanks.
dealing with the truth too, and dealing with the truth of human beings. And with the truth of human beings, we're flawed, and
Yep.
we beat ourselves up sometimes, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have to forgive ourselves and love ourselves regardless of stuff. We gotta be
Mm. That's a good point. Do you ever beat yourself up and get upset because you know, are having a bad day or somebody said something mean to you? Do you have that type of sense where you're sensitive?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's almost like a learning process. You just don't want to get out of hand. But to a large extent, when we interact with people, we want it to be a mutually positive experience. And to the extent it's not, and with me, a lot of times it's not because I think so much, I talk so much, I make people think about things they don't want to think. That often it's not, and always have to re-gauge, was it worth the discomfort I brought to them?
That's a great point. What is the value of that? Are you trying to build their friendship? Are you trying to teach them to be vegan? Are you trying to make them feel guilty? I'm just thinking out loud right now. Um, yeah, that's a good question though.
So what's your diet like? How do you eat?
What's your diet like? What do you eat?
Healthier than before, but could still use some improvements. I probably have fruits with chips in the morning.
With chips.
With chips. I switched over to something called intermittent fasting.
I know what that is.
So I try not to eat after 6 p.m. and I try to not eat till 10 a.m. And it'll differ. Sometimes I'll eat till 8, sometimes I'll not eat till 1 in the afternoon. But by and large, I try to eat in in a few hours, maybe 5 to 6 hours or 8 hours at times, and then go a long period without eating. So that has changed how much I eat or when I eat. But I would say I'm probably still having the same kinds of food I was doing before I started it,
Hmm.
which is fruits at the start of breaking my fast, whenever that
Yeah.
is.
What's your favorite meal? Like, what do you like to eat out of everything?
Probably I mean, I have a bad habit of going and stuffing myself at all you can eats, which I used to do way too often before, and now I try to restrict it to one
They
or
have
maybe
vegan all you can
two.
eats?
They have vegetarian all you can eats, and which are having a good amount of vegan options.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, doing a lot of fasting, a lot of sparring, a lot of running, a lot of sprinting. Yeah, nothing but water, nothing pretty much a vegan.
So I really want to ask you a question about why you became vegan, like your origins growing up, a little bit about your past. You don't have to go in too deep if you don't want to.
I was vegetarian by habit the first 19 years of my life, and parents were vegetarian. I was vegetarian, and they didn't really give me any reason why I should be vegetarian. We just were vegetarian.
Interesting.
So in college, there was a lot of friends saying, you must try it, you must try it. And I didn't have a reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
But since I didn't grow up eating it, it was always kind of gross for me. But I had some chicken dishes, maybe 6 over 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they were prepared, you were mainly tasting the spices around it. So it didn't trigger the yuck factor too much. And then I saw some chickens cooped up. It wasn't as bad as factory farms, but I still know they were being caged and they didn't want to be caged. So then I went vegetarian for the animals. About 3 years later, or maybe 4 years later, it was 1992
Mm-hmm.
or 93, sorry, 93, around April. A friend of mine who was not even vegan told me about the story behind eggs and milk because the person knew about it, but just hadn't made the switch.
Mm-hmm.
So I found out that I didn't want to be having eggs and milk, but in Milwaukee, that's what I was living on, eggs and milk. So I didn't stop right away. It was probably July or August of that year when I came to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I found a local group, Vegetarian Society, which was basically vegan. I started ordering my 7-layer burrito, no cream, no cheese, and I was pretty much vegan.
That's cool. Do you believe that killing animals is evil? What is evil?
I don't believe in good and evil, or at least to the extent I understand it. There is good, as in, whatever furthers your value system. There is bad, whatever decreases your value system, and it differs from person to person.
Yes.
And what most people call evil is when someone's actions seem more or less considerate of others. They sometimes classify it as evil, but I do understand is the nature of life in general to be self-centered, not just humans. If you look at plants, they're some of the most self-centered creatures around. Give them enough water and nutrients, and they will grow. They don't care how many other plants they block sunlight out from. They just want to
Wow.
grow.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of the show. I have Aouie in the house. Let's give him a round of applause. You're a superstar on this show because you are a vegan, my friend. But I really... Okay, guys.